Hello, welcome to Unit 5, Lesson 5. Learning objective today is I can divide whole numbers by solving two-digit division problems and applying knowledge of remainders. You will start on Student Activity Book, page 205. Why do we practice? That's right, we practice to get better at something. All you're doing is practicing dividing. You're going to divide. You can use any method, but we prefer that you use the digit by digit or standard method. When you get a remainder, you can just express your remainder as a whole number by putting an R period and then the remainder. So I'm going to show you the page in case you do not have a hard copy of your book or you can't get it on Think Central. Here's 1 through 6 if you want to just copy them down to do them, or you can just pause your video and do the problems and then run the video some more. So there's 1 through 6, and there's 7 through 12. Again, you can either just pause it, or you could write them all down, or pause it and complete it. All right, and then now I'm going to show you the answers. Here is my work for each problem. Take a look at the work. And I notice here, either I did not finish this one or something. 1 multiplied by 5 is 5. Subtract, I get 2. I brought down the 0. There's 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract, I get 0. Bring down the 1. Okay, so I need to complete this one. So to complete this one, let me get my pen, which is always a joy to use. And 1 divided by 5, well, there aren't any, so I would assume that's why, is I wanted to show you a 0 in my quotient. There are 0 5s in 1. 0 groups of 5 are 0. 1 subtract 0 is 1 left. Bring down my 6. 16 divided by 5, there are 3 5s in 16. 3 groups of 5 are 15. And I have 1 remaining. So I can come up here and try to write an R. And my whole number 1 is my remainder. So that completes that one. You can take a look at the work for all the others. And here is 7 through 12. And if you need to pause the video to take a closer look at some of these and retry them yourself, of course, that is the best way to do this. The second page in Lesson 5.5 is Student Activity page 206. On page 206, you have to solve division word problems. Here you do need to interpret the remainder. So I will show you each of the problems so you can work them out. Here's 14 through 16. 14 avocados are on sale for 84 cents each. How many avocados can Milo buy if he has $7.75? 15, 1 quart is equal to 32 ounces. How many quarts are equal to 6,672 ounces? Number 16, students in the marching band sold calendars to raise money for new uniforms. Violet sold 24 calendars for a total of $186. How much did each calendar cost? (18 through 17). Ayala has 655 computer files she wants to put on thumb drives. If she can fit 18 files on each thumb drive, how many thumb drives will she need? 19, Miss Adams wrote a 36-page story. She buys a 500-sheet package of paper and prints as many copies of the story as she can. How many sheets does she have left over? So after she prints as many copies of the story as she can, how many sheets does she have left over? 17, 37 fans came to the volleyball team's first match. At the last match, 2,035 fans came. The number of fans at the last match was how many times the number as the first? And finally, check for understanding. Suppose problem 18 asked, so you have to go up to 18, what is the greatest number of thumb drives Ayala can fill? The answer would be blank thumb drives. What's the greatest number she can completely fill? So I'll give you a second, pause the video and complete your problems. And now I will show you the answers. Okay, number 14. Looks like I have to fix number 14. Okay, number 15. I will redo 14. I don't know what I did here, where I got the 2,000. So, number 15, I show you two things you can do with your remainder. All right, 1 quart is equal to 32 ounces. How many quarts are equal to 6,672 ounces? So, I have 6,672 divided by 32, give me 208 with a remainder of 16. One thing I can do is I can make that into a fraction and go with 16. My remainder is my numerator because it's what's left of the 6,672. 30 seconds. And then to simplify 16 30 seconds, I'm going to think, what can I divide 16 and 32 both by? And I know that those can both be divided by 16. So now it's the same as dividing by 1, which gives me an equivalent fraction of 1/2. So 208.5 quarts. Now in decimals, to make my remainder 16 a decimal, I'm going to attach a decimal point and a 0. Does not change my 6,672 at all. I'm going to bring down my 0. How many 32s in 160 tenths? There would be 5 tenths. 5 tenths multiplied by 32 is 16, and 0 tenths gives me 0 left. So I would have 208 and 5 tenths quarts. Number 16. $186 divided by 24 calendars gave me 7. And then I had a remainder of 18, so I attached a decimal point and zeros and brought them down to $7.75. Ayala has 65 computer drives she wants to put on thumb drives. If she can fit 18 files on each thumb drive, how many thumb drives will she need? I had 36, but I still have 17 files. So I need to add one to my quotient because I need one more entire drive to put those 17 on. Number 19, Miss Adams wrote 36-page story. She buys a 500-sheet package of paper and prints as many copies of the story as she can. How many sheets does she have left over? Well, she had 500 sheets. It takes 36 sheets. She had 13 groups of 36, so that would be 13 copies of her story. But the 32 is what's left of the 500 pages. It's 32 sheets that she has left over. 37 fans came to the volleyball team's first match. At the last match, 2,035 fans came. The number of fans at the last match was how many times the number as the first. So I'm thinking, what multiplied by 37 equals 2,035? So 2,035 divided by 37 gave me 55. So there's 55 times as many. Now, suppose problem 18 asks what is the greatest number of thumb drives Ayala can fill. The answer would be 36 thumb drives because I would ignore the remainder. These would be the 36 full drives, and I would ignore the 17 files. That wouldn't fill another drive. Now let's go back up and see what happened with this one. I have no idea where I got this. So let's take a look. $7.75 divided by 84 cents per avocado. Well, that means I need to change my $7.75 into 775 cents. Then divide that into groups of 84 cents because every 84 cents would be an avocado. All right. 7, there's no 84s in 7, none in 77. So 775 divided by 84. All right, so I'm going to think of 84 as 80. Now I know that a 4 tells me that I could be underestimating or overestimating. How many 8s in 77? Well, 9 times 8 is 72, so I'm going to try 9. 84 multiplied by 9 gives me 36. And 9 multiplied by 8 is 72. 756. That looks pretty good. So 9 groups of 84. 9 multiplied by 84 gave me 756. So I did not overestimate. 5 subtract 6. Let me change my color here. I don't want to go in my negatives, so I'm going to ungroup 1. Gives me 10 more. 15 subtract 6 is 9. Now 6 subtract 5 is 1. So he can buy 9 avocados and he's going to have 19 cents left. They don't care about how many cents left. They want to know how many avocados can he buy. So it's going to be 9 avocados. Why do they have to use such long words? Why couldn't it be like 9 cars? All right, so there's my work for this page. Make sure you're interpreting your remainders. In our next lesson, you'll be completing Unit 5 Quick Quiz on page 207.